And welcome back to another episode of the Two Hoodies podcast. I'm T Money.
Hi, T Money.
Yes, I'm joined by my partner Rick once again.
Good day to you, sir.
Good day to you. And we also have a man behind the curtain, like this is the Wizard of Oz back there. You probably can't see him, but Noah's back there. First of all, can we just talk about what the fuck you're wearing, though?
Is there something wrong with what I'm wearing?
There is something wrong with what you're wearing. You're wearing...
You've never seen gym shorts before?
No, those don't have any pockets. And you told me that, I was in a rush.
First and foremost...
If I was in a rush, the first thing I'd want is fucking pockets, because I'm going to have a bunch of shit in my hands, my keys, my phone, you know what I'm saying? Maybe some other things that you carry around that we can't say out loud. You know what I mean? So don't you want some fucking pockets?
I just took what I had and I ran with it.
Where did you find those?
I traded them.
Who doesn't have pockets? Like women in dresses. That's who.
I'm sorry, do you carry your phone while you're in the gym? In your pant pocket?
Yeah.
Why the fuck would you do that?
Who doesn't have their phone on them?
While you're in the gym.
How else are you gonna fucking take videos of yourself and women? And I don't do that. Hello, you. Listen.
You're so fucking weird.
Listen. Also, the shirt is ridiculous. That's, obviously.
I'm sorry, the shirt that you made is ridiculous?
No,
I'm sorry, the shirt you made is so fucking ridiculous.
The shirt that you designed, okay? You designed it, though.
I did.
You were like, let's do.
See, now he wants to take
colors.
credit. Before he didn't want to take credit. Now he wants to take fucking credit.
What do you mean take credit? The idea for the color scheme and the placement of it was your idea. So, yes, I love the placement.
Yes.
The eye with the heart, your mom. I wasn't going to do it like that. I like that. The color scheme, I don't necessarily know if I'm thrilled about it. That's why we changed it, and I think it's going to look a lot better. So, I got the fucking facts, all right?
I got your fucking facts,
I got the
right?
fucking receipts.
I'm T Money. I'm T Money.
Anyways, can we get the master turned down a little bit? It's a fucking bit hot.
What do you mean, master?
What?
Master?
No, not that kind of weird shit. All right. Anyways, the reason that we have, the man behind the curtain behind us is because Noah is partaking in a weight loss challenge sponsored by the Two Hoodies podcast.
Yay.
Noah?
I do have a bar cam back here, just so you know. Hi, everybody.
Why do you have a fucking bar cam back there? What was the...
It's my secret camera.
He's the bartender. He's supposed to have a camera so that we can see him. So Noah is being tasked with losing 100 pounds in 10 months.
Tasked. I'm being threatened and forced and blackmailed.
Yeah, for $1,000 fucking dollars. Are you kidding me?
Well, we also didn't say what happens if he doesn't lose the weight.
You die.
There was a consequence. Well, I probably will die.
The consequence is that Rick gets $1,000.
Right.
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 And Rick's grandma. No, I'm just kidding. Anyways, make sure you'll be on the lookout for our little promo video of Noah's weight loss challenge. But yeah, basically, if he loses 100 pounds in 10 months, he'll win $1,000. But if he doesn't, the money goes to Rick.
I need that money desperately.
Rick, he does.
I cannot let that happen under any circumstances.
So
I can't give my employee more money than he already has.
I have to take it for myself. So let's just say that Noah weighed in at 348.8, and we are going to be very much sticklers about the numbers here.
That should have been 353, by the way.
No, 348.8.
He tried to weigh himself down.
He tried to weigh himself down with fucking props and shit.
Those were my spirit animals.
Thank God
Your mic stand is a spirit animal?
Yes, I always have a mic stand. You never know. Look, you never know when you need to be on the air.
5-pound mic stand in his pants. Wait, that didn't sound right. Anyways.
Yeah, hey.
Okay.
Hit me up.
February 18th is when we weighed him. So you have 10 months. So what does that mean?
December 31st.
No, 18th.
I already calculated. December 31st. New Year's Eve, we will celebrate.
That is not true. I will probably be in a different country. December 18th.
Champagne Olympics, Part 3.
Is when we're going to do the other weigh-in. So make sure you're ready for that.
By the way, speaking of Champagne Olympics, I would like you to acknowledge me.
Okay, yeah.
As your current champion.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
Oh, God.
For those of you who don't know, I am the Champagne Olympics champion.
Jesus
Roll footage.
Christ. I don't understand that.
That was great footage.
What's crazy is him and Billy both, they're both so obnoxious about the fact that they won. It's like nobody wants them to win. You know what I mean?
You could have just stopped at obnoxious and I'd have been like, yeah, no, I agree with
right.
you.
So, in any case, sure, whatever, you're a champion. Hopefully, you'll be a champion in this. You'll lose 100 pounds. That would be great. Speaking of losses, Rick got dumped. So, let's talk about that.
I did get dumped.
Was it mutual though, or was it like
I wasn't intending on ending a relationship.
you weren't?
No, I was.
You should have been.
I was perfectly content.
Yeah.
With where we were at, and then after our latest date,
Yeah.
she's like, okay, well, seeing as the circumstances didn't go well with our date, we should end it as is. I'm like, I'm sorry, this is not a first date or a second date. This is like, we've been together for almost a year.
Do you want to get into the specifics of that date, or do you prefer not to speak about that?
Probably not. Just I don't know. I don't know if I do. I don't know if I don't. I probably should have asked you about that in advance.
Why would you ask him?
We don't have to get into the super specifics, but do you want to like outline for the people why the date went wrong in a more general sense, or no?
No, because my interpretation of it would probably differ from hers, and if it's only my side, then it's.
I mean, I really doubt she's watching this, Rick. But okay, hey, what? Even when he's
I'm trying to be
broken up, he's still such a fucking class act.
You know what the fucked up part is? I'm not broken up. Like I'm not like emotionally like.
Oh, I didn't mean broken up like that.
No,
I meant like separated.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay, no.
Yeah, you're not physically distraught because you shouldn't be.
I don't know why I'm not. I usually am just a puddle of
quivering
mud
pussy?
or something. Right. Yes, a quivering fucking.
A puddle of mud?
Yes.
That's a great band.
It is,
Can
right?
you take it all away?
All right, enough from the peanut gallery
Take it
back.
all away.
All right.
When you shove it in my face.
You'd like that, wouldn't you?
Why did we give him a
Explain
mic?
away from me.
I don't know.
Why'd you give me the controls to the mic?
Yeah, we gave him the whole fucking board. Jesus Christ.
Fucking nightmare.
So, yeah, you're single. You're feeling good about yourself. You're back to streaming. You see, you're doing the things you love.
I love streaming. I love streaming on twitch.tv/RickyIsInept. Yes, I do.
Go ahead and follow.
Yeah, we're almost at 200 followers, and I've made a little bit of bank last month.
And you can see that I'm the top donor. And it will say Rick is gay on the stream.
Yeah, because nobody's going to donate more than $170.
That's right, baby. I'm top donor, baby.
You're a fucked up person.
Maybe if Noah wins $1,000, he can donate some of his prize fund and then make it like
you know he's not
something nice.
We
about
know what
you.
he's going to use that money for.
Food to get fat again, so I can do this all over again. Part 3.
Layup right there.
That's what you think. But I already have something in store for you. So just get ready. Okay, so
You're running marathons in Egypt after this.
That's right. So you're a single man.
Correct.
You're out on the prowl again already?
No,
or no?
I wouldn't
You're
say I'm on
you're
the prowl. I'm
taking
just-
your time.
I think I'm where you're at.
Oh, I don't know if you're where I'm at. I don't know if you're where I'm at. I don't know
Hold
if you're
on.
where
So
I'm at.
okay. Having a woman in your life wise, where are you at?
Where am I at with having a woman in my life?
Yes.
I would like to invoke my Fifth Amendment right against.
Are you dating somebody?
I'm definitely not dating.
Are you seeing somebody?
Thanks, Daddy.
What does seeing mean?
Are you constantly talking to one person?
One person? Again, I'd like to invoke my Fifth Amendment right against.
You're not telling me something here.
against
That's
self-incrimination.
fucked. Oh my fucking god. Okay,
Rick.
So maybe okay. Fine.
Rick,
Where you
okay.
were before.
Let's just say this.
Okay. Do you want to fuck?
No. Let's just say this. Variety is the spice of life.
Yours.
Okay. And
So you're a swinger.
you know me, swinger. Hardly know her.
Oh, now you want to
Listen.
make the fucking joke. Okay.
Listen, you know me, right? And you know that I do a lot of different things in my life, right? I
Right.
do a clothing brand, a swamp buggy racing, this podcast, the music, all that. So I apply that same principle to pretty much all facets of my life, right? Just let's put it that way.
Sure.
So there are, some ladies out there.
Wait a second. I got to interject.
Oh, here we fucking go.
Do you believe in polygamy?
You know what? This is a whole topic, and I don't know if we have enough time.
Oh, we have plenty of time.
Okay.
We got plenty of time.
We actually don't, but we should really talk
We have
about
plenty
this.
of time.
Listen,
what are your
I'm
steps
gonna
to polygamy?
I'm gonna sum this up very quickly, right? I've talked about this.
He's going to have 10 wives.
It's It's not that I believe in polygamy. I actually don't.
Are you Mormon?
No, I'm not Mormon. I believe that, honestly, you shouldn't really be in a monogamous relationship with somebody for the entirety of your life, right? So
What about simultaneously?
if you want to have moments where because again, I feel like things change, right? People are like seasons of your life, that kind of thing. But here's my point, right? My point is like most people.
Going on here?
Why do most people enter into this monogamous relationship for life? Because they want to do what?
Procreate and have children
Exactly.
and start a family.
Exactly. And so this is where my mindset differs from the
You
masses.
want several children.
No, I don't want several. I would say a few. I want 3.
Would you have children with one woman, and that is your mother?
No,
your
listen.
baby mama.
Whoa, my
and
mother.
Then,
I'm not going to have children with my mother.
Not your mother.
Listen, I'm going to answer your question.
You do love your mom.
So here's what...
It's true.
You're right on your shirt. This is what I'm saying, right? I believe that raising a child is a business, okay?
Okay, let's stop the
And so-
podcast right fucking here. What the fuck are you
What kind
talking
of
about?
dark business are you starting now?
I believe
Do we
that...
have an announcement?
I believe that raising a child is a business, okay? It's a business. And I think...
Today's daycare coming soon.
And I
Are you
think...
in your fucking mind? What are you saying?
And I think that you should separate business from pleasure, okay? So what happens is most people have romantic relationships, and then they say, okay, we're going to use this romantic relationship as a foundation to build a family. I disagree with that. I think that you should have your romantic relationship separate from raising your child with somebody else. So I prefer a co-parenting arrangement with somebody that I know very well, that I have mutual love and respect for.
So wait, I don't understand.
But I don't have a romantic relationship with them.
So you want to have children with someone and not a romantic relationship with that person.
Correct.
While at the same time, simultaneously having a romantic relationship with other women.
Potentially, I could have a romantic relationship. I don't have to. I could be just single and just by myself. That's fine. But I think, yes, you separate the two things, because let's think about it. When marriages go awry, which they statistically often do, right? What happens? There's a big blowout, there's a divorce, whatever. Then the parents, they have to, maybe they co-parent, maybe they do it well, maybe they don't. But the child is exposed to this. Now, I'm speaking from experience. Everyone in my family is divorced except for one couple, and that is the most miserable couple of them all. Okay? Many people in my family have been divorced multiple times. So I think you can find a person that you can maybe be with for life. Like, I think my mom and my stepdad will be together probably for the rest of their lives.
Sure.
But he's been married 4 times, she's been married 3 times. So you're not going to get it right on the first go, probably. It's not likely.
But it sounds to me like you're throwing in the towel of having any romantic relationship with a person that will have your children, and you
Right.
definitely want to have a prearranged, we will have
Oh,
children.
I'm going to.
Now, let me ask you this. Would you have 50-50 custody, or are you tasking this woman to raise
No,
your
I'm
children for you, and you pop in every once in a while like special guest star Tay, Dad?
No, I will be very involved in my children's life because in my children's lives.
Can the mother of your children also date another man and have a romantic relationship with a man?
Absolutely.
Wouldn't that be their stepdad though?
Yeah.
So you're good. You want to procreate. I just so if I get this right.
Yeah.
You want to procreate.
Yes.
2 to 3.5 children
3.5
with the same woman.
One's a dwarf.
No, not with the same woman, with different women. Because, okay,
Okay, wait a second.
you
You
want
want
to
to
have-
have you want to have 3
me
children with 3
explain.
different women.
yes, there's a reason why I want to do it with 3 different women, though. That's not.
This was not on the podcast sheet, folks.
No, it wasn't.
This is great.
I would not recommend that you try to do it with different women, to be honest with you. But part of the
going on
but
here?
part of the reason that I'm gonna do it with different women is because, as I told you, Rick, variety is the spice of life.
Oh, my
and I want my children, the 3 of them, hopefully I have 3, I would like them all to be of a different race.
It's like glorified polygamy. What the fuck?
Are
are
we
you
on a
talking
Saturday
about?
Night Live bit?
No, this is real. I'm not even joking. I want all my children to be of a different race.
This is a soap opera now.
Of a different race? What do you?
Yeah.
Just so nobody points at you like saying you're a race. Like, look at all my kids: Asian kid, black kid, fucking
No,
Mexican kid.
no,
What
no.
are you doing?
It has nothing to do with that. I don't give a fuck what people accuse
You just
me
want to
of.
look like you want to know what you look like in a different ethnicity.
You know what? I never thought of it like that, but that's actually pretty. Yeah, that's pretty cool.
3 Shades of Tay.
But 3 Shades of Tay. But no, for me, it's because I honestly am a really big fan of different cultures, and I just feel like being a very plain white male. That's my background. It's just not exciting. It's not, you know what I'm saying? So I want my kids to have a cultural experience.
but
know
you
what I mean?
don't recommend other people do this.
I'm not saying I recommend you to choose all different baby mamas. It'd be nice if you had like, okay, hey, I want to have 2 children. I pick, somebody that I can make this arrangement with, which, by the way, I'm sure there's plenty of women out there that would be willing to partake in such an arrangement because guess what? There's not a lot of high quality men out there in terms of romantic relationships. So they have a biological clock. It's ticking. What are they going to do? Like settle for some fucking loser that's going to cheat on them? You know what I mean? Like just find somebody that you can co-parent with and do it that way.
You say co-parent, but how are you going to co-parent 3 children, 3 different women,
Yeah.
mamas? How do you co-parent? How do you 50-50 parent?
a lot of people ask me how I do what I do now. I do a lot of
You
things.
don't-
I-
nobody
whoa,
answers.
whoa,
There's
whoa,
no
whoa,
answer.
You know what
That
I'm
is
saying?
night and fucking day of what you do now and fucking parenting
No.
101. Okay,
Listen,
it's 2 different things.
It's not that hard, and also
It's not that. I'm sorry. Where are your kids?
Listen, you have to also take into consideration. You're thinking I'm going to keep all the kids separated. They're going to know that they have siblings, and they're going to meet. You understand? I can have all 3 of them at once.
Right, but I mean, so now you're going to have a house, Tay's house, with 3 different women, their children, you. in
No,
one big
they're not all
house?
going to live in one
Tay
big
Manor.
house. They're going to live separately. But again,
This is like David Koresh. You're
this
going to
sounds
create.
like a Netflix show,
This is definitely a Netflix show. I'll give you that.
Netflix hit me up.
like MILF Manor, but it's
MILF Manor. What the fuck is that?
Well, that's another question.
never seen
actually.
MILF Manor?
When
Manor,
you said
hardly
MILF,
know her.
You said MILF. Are you even going to? Are you even going to perform this act? The natural way, or are you going to? Are you a sperm donor?
Yeah.
And this is going to be in a clinic.
So I'm glad you asked that. So part of my personal views is that I should be the one naturally to.
This has got to be a bit.
It's not a bit.
This is such a joke.
First, I love how you guys think I'm joking. I'm really gonna do this.
Mike, is this a bit?
Hold
Mike,
on.
is this a bit?
Hold on. Mike's off camera, but you can ask Mike. When I say I'm gonna do something, I do it. I'm dead ass serious.
I've
so
known you as well. I think this is a bit.
It's not a bit. I'm not kidding. I prefer to deposit the seed myself.
Call it sex.
All right.
But let me tell you this: there will be no depositing of seeds after impregnation. Okay?
Why are you saying it like this?
Because I'm very scientific.
I don't
So-
know what I'm listening to.
fucking
Once,
bit. It's a fucking
once,
bit. There's no
once.
chance.
I'm not kidding. Once insemination has occurred,
I miss April. Where's April?
there will not be a continuation of this hanky panky. You understand?
Hank.
At that point, it ends because
There wasn't any hanky panky. This is a business transaction. You might as well do this at a hospital or something very basic and plain.
Do you
What do you
deposit your seed via card or
No,
or
what?
wire semen?
I'm going to wire.
Apple Pay.
So first,
Where's
I'm
the
going
Apple
to.
Pay sound effect? Ding, ding.
First, I wire transfer her the money. Then I wire transfer her the seed. Yes, that's how it works.
Perfect.
No, but I'm
Willy Wonka on the truck.
I'm not joking. I hope you guys know I'm not joking.
Willy Wonka in the sperm factory.
So what's the email address if women want to potentially be the baby mama of Tay in part of a business transaction? Do we have an email? Do we have an @ Tay?
Inquiries?
Yeah, info@musictay.com. You can hit me up. That's my music email.
Subject line: You're having your baby.
Subject line: baby mama. Yeah,
So
that's right.
fucked.
But you have to understand, I have a very strict set of guidelines for who would be my baby mama, because you also have to understand this: the requirements.
We can need some water. He can't handle this.
Listen, the requirements, or the criteria rather, the criteria for who I would want as a baby mama is not the same as the criteria as to who I might want as a romantic partner. You have to understand that.
Are we talking like credit check? We're going to do like a background check?
They're two separate.
Physical?
They're two separate criteria. I'm going to give you just one example. For example, I would like my baby mama to be somebody who is a self-made woman, ambitious, right? If this was a girl that I was seeing romantically, given my current position in life, I really don't think I would give that much of a fuck about that. You understand? I don't care if she, is ambitious or if she's self-made woman. I can take care of her. You know what I mean?
So ambition is not a turn-on for a romance, but it is a turn-on to make your child.
It is, not a turn-on, but it's something that I, would like to have my mother's child be that way and that type of individual. So it doesn't always align, and that's why I say it's really two separate things. Think about this, right? My parents got divorced, right? And then it was very animus divorce, right?
Sure.
So they didn't get along. How do you think that plays into the psyche of a child? They're like, oh, you should get married because then your child will see a loving relationship and what it means. No.
Right. So you'd rather them to be better adjusted by having a dad that has multiple children with other women and has romantic partners.
But guess
in different
what?
continents, that's better.
But guess
for
what?
the child.
That child's gonna see that me and each of these women have mutual love and respect for one another, right?
It's a bit.
It's not a bit. I'm not kidding.
It's a bit.
We have mutual love and respect for one another. We don't demean one another. We don't put each other down. There's no animosity because it's not a romantic relationship that's soured. That's not the reason that we're separated. We're separated by choice.
Hi, my name is Billy. My daddy never loved my mommy. It was a business transaction that he
No.
put out. She had ambition.
Isn't that called
Incorrect.
prostitution if it's a business transaction?
Hold on, Noah. You said my daddy never loved my mommy. Incorrect. I will love these women. I would just love them in a different way. It won't be romantic because when you infuse...
My dad was not
I love you
romantic.
for your eyes. I love you for your ass.
Listen,
your tits are great.
When you infuse...
Your ambition is great.
When you infuse romance into the equation, you involve emotions. And when you put emotions into the equation, people become less logical. And when you are less logical, it's fucking oftentimes toxic.
Often.
My dad told me that emotion is not required to have a parent.
It's not. Again, raising a child is a business. It's not. It's
What the fuck?
as long as both.
Hi, I'm a business transaction.
As long as both.
Tay is my dad.
As long as both parents.
Deposit me, daddy.
Oh, Jesus.
As long as both parents
Thanks,
love the
Daddy.
child. That's great. As long as both parents love the child, you understand, and are committed to raising the child, and are committed to one another in terms of having mutual love, respect for one another, and again, respecting whatever. If she wants that, that's the thing. She could still have a romantic relationship with somebody, right? That's not off the table, but it just won't be me. It won't be the father.
Why do
See
you want
what
to
I'm
have
saying?
Why do you want to have a kid so bad? Why would you want to have a kid under those conditions?
I'm gonna tell you. I'm gonna tell you.
When it
a lot of
comes
mouths to
to,
feed.
I understand divorces and marriages don't last.
Right.
I understand
Right.
that children put stress on parents. I get all that. I intellectually understand that. But what I don't understand is what the drive is to have children, especially with three different
I'm going to
women.
tell you. And you just raised another good point about why I do this. You said children put stress on the parents. I've seen from, friends of mine that co-parent. Again, they co-parent with somebody they had a soured romantic relationship with. But if they want to go do something, they can drop the child off with the other parent. They don't have to. It's not a stranger. It's not a babysitter. And they can go live their life and have a fulfilling life of their own, right? And vice versa. So it gives the parent more freedom and flexibility to live their life, because your life shouldn't just be raising the kid the whole time. To be honest, that's not a fulfilling life. And that's why, the stress that you talk about the kids put on parents, and then that rears its head within the relationship sometimes. So in any case, to answer your point about why do this, why do you want to have children? My ultimate goal in life has always been to be a great father. Now, I used to think that there was only one way to go about that, but I have since, through my experiences, changed my mind. And I will also admit that this might not work if you don't necessarily have a great financial standing in life, right?
Oh, really?
Because
3
if you
children?
have to support that many children, and probably likely the mothers, to some extent, it's not feasible. But maybe on a smaller scale with one woman, one child, you could do that, And I've had women that have asked me that before, like, hey, would you, if by the time I'm 33, if I don't have any kids, or by the time I'm 30, You know, if I don't have any children or if I don't have a boyfriend, would you have, you know, my kid or whatever?
So
Because if you get along with somebody, if someone's reasonable, you mesh well with them, you're like, we could raise a kid together. It wouldn't, you know what I'm saying?
so it's like a.
But it's not everybody.
I'm just trying to understand what they.
Yeah.
Okay, so we have Taylor on top right here. Okay, and then we have all these.
Well, she could be on top.
hold on. Taylor's up here. Hold on.
He's doing the family tree.
Hold on. Taylor's up here.
Yeah.
And then we have woman.
Yeah,
okay.
yeah.
And then they have their own men. Okay.
Potentially, if
Okay.
they want.
So do we see this is a pyramid scheme.
It's a pyramid scheme.
All right. You're
This is
part
definitely
of a scam.
some sort of religion that you're creating.
What cult are you abiding
I'm
by?
going to tell you right now, I'm going to
This
do
feels
this.
very David Koresh.
I'm going to do this, and I'm going to do it successfully, and people are going to see, oh my God, wow, maybe they're, because listen, we've all been, I don't want to say brainwashed, but really society has forced this way of monogamy. You have to find one person, and they have to be the one, and then you have to commit to them for the rest of your life and do everything. You put everything on them, your family, all your drama, your problems, your
everything's
baggage, your trauma, all that, and you just throw it onto this one person. Why?
yeah, but
Why does it have to be like that? I disagree wholeheartedly.
everything's forced. I mean,
No.
we as people decide what's right and wrong.
You guys forced me on a scale.
And who decided that? Oh yeah, you're supposed to just be with this one person. Think about monogamous romantic relationships. They're very toxic. They're very possessive. They're like, yeah, that's my girl. Don't look at my girl. Like what? What? She's her own woman. What are you talking about? It's just I disagree, man. I disagree with it. It's fucked up. People like the insecurity that comes about, the toxicity, the obsessiveness of people. No, I can't abide by it.
So would you have a contract? Would this be written out? Would it be spelled out the financial terms?
Yeah, no, I mean
of this agreement all the way up until 18, or do we go past 18? College will all the terms
they
be spelled
drafted?
out? Drafted.
I mean,
health insurance.
Yeah, there'll of course be terms, and you know what I'm saying.
Dental?
It'll be dude. I'm gonna take care of the children.
So like
you
when I
understand?
go and buy a car, I
Yeah.
have to fill out a lot of paperwork and talk to the financier. Like, is that going to happen? Like, do we have like multiple paperworks to sign,
Yeah.
insurance documents, tax forms,
I
a
mean,
whole agreement?
I mean, I don't know about insurance.
I
And
don't think you
tax
really thought of
documents,
this.
but
I don't think you really thought of this, which
No.
is why I think it's a bit.
first of all,
And what happens if you turn back into broke Tay?
first of all, hold on.
What will happen to the kids?
First of all, Rick.
Yes.
I have thought about this. So none of the questions you're asking me are new.
Okay,
I've
what
had
happens-
this,
You haven't answered any of
I've
them.
had this conversation multiple times already.
I have never heard him talk about this.
He's
ever
never
in
talked
my
about
life.
this ever.
Of course, not with you guys. Why would I talk to you about it?
Because we're your friends.
Something like that. No, I'm just kidding. But it's never come up. Why would I talk to you about what my plans for birthing a child? You understand?
Relationship.
I think we've talked about you getting into a relationship, and I don't think you said, I think I'll have multiple relationships
Because-
with women for romance and other relationships
because
with children.
because it has
I'll have the
nothing,
Mormon version of a pyramid scheme.
it has
Thank you.
nothing to do with my relationships of romance. This is more about me being a father. So it has
Earlier
nothing to do
today,
with
you
that.
ran away from children at a
So-
park. You didn't even want to be there.
So-
How are you going to raise a child?
So yes, to answer your question, yes, of course it will be. There will be documents. There will be a contract. Just to make them feel, feel safe with the fact that like I'm not going to abandon them or anything like that. Like yes, I'm going to be a very involved father. They can count on that. But they'll know me. These won't be strange women. These will be like people that I've known for possibly years. You know
Will
what I mean?
each woman have a separate phone number to call you, or
Oh
do
my
you
God.
have
Will they
one
live?
number?
Will they all live in a warehouse with independent houses within the warehouse?
No, they're gonna live in whatever house they fucking want to live in, bro. I'm not gonna dictate where they can live or any of that.
Yeah,
bullshit.
is there a restriction on where they live? Can they live in other cities, other
Yes,
countries?
yes,
Can
of
it-
course.
Okay. Wow.
Of course.
Yes.
Well, obviously.
In fact, I almost bank on maybe potentially one of the children being in a different continent. Yes. And I'm very mobile. I can go anywhere at any time. So again,
Go to Antarctica.
it doesn't really.
Will you have a child in Antarctica? That's a great question.
No,
I like that.
I don't. It's not about different continents.
Go to North
It's-
Korea.
It's just I would like I would like a multicultural family. So
You don't want a family.
yes.
That's not a family.
Yes,
It's a family.
That's a business transaction. You said it. That's an emotion. Family is emotion.
No.
Family is emotion.
Home is where the heart
Do
is.
you
First of
love
all-
your family?
Yeah, if you think that there won't be love, then what's wrong with you? Of course
There'll be no
love.
emotion, though. You said no emotion. Take the emotion out.
There will be no romantic emotions between me and the mother. It will be more logical. You understand what I'm saying?
I'm having, maybe it's my ignorance. I'm having a hard time wrapping my head around this, especially because you haven't.
Do you want to know what? I'm sure back in the day when they said we're gonna go on the moon, I'm sure people were like, "Ah, you're fucking crazy." Of course, you're having
but they
a
didn't say
tough
we were going to
time.
go on the moon with 3 different women and have 3 different children.
You don't know what Neil Armstrong said, but my point is that
He fucks.
It might sound crazy to you right now, and you're having a tough time wrapping your head around it. And why is that? That's because, historically speaking, society has pushed one way of living on us. So of course you can't see it.
Yeah, but that also means like.
I didn't come to this decision lightly. You know what I'm saying?
I'm trying to understand this whole like, society forced us to do this. Society forced us to do that.
Right.
Like morally, whatever is right, but you could do whatever the fuck you want. Okay?
This is the greatest episode of this podcast I've ever heard in my life.
And I understand that, but like,
we haven't even gotten into the questions yet.
But it would be like the same thing as me telling you, well, the fucking society told me we can't fucking do cannibalism. We can't fucking eat people. I mean.
It's not the same.
If you just eat a pinky, then it's okay.
Yeah,
it'll grow
it's
back.
fine.
Rick, to compare what I'm saying to cannibalism is a very big stretch.
Hey, don't knock it. You haven't tried it. That's
Exactly.
what society
You
told
don't
you.
know.
That's what society told you to
First of
say.
all-
Eat
first
a
of
toe.
all-
But you get what I'm saying.
First
eat
of
a
all,
toe.
you don't know if I've tried it.
Eat a deep truffled toe.
Well,
Hello,
I'm sure you eat your
you.
own dick a lot of times there, friend.
Listen, I understand that you guys might not get it, but I'm telling you right now, I am going to do this, and I'm going to show you how peaceful my fucking life is when I do it.
I want to, you know what I want is I want him to do that, but I want the face to be a pretend fuck. It's about him forcing it.
And you
That's
said you're
what I
going to do
want.
this, and you said you're going to do this simultaneously. So are you going to be on a schedule? You have to do like an 8:00 bedtime story on the phone, an 8:15 bedtime story,
Zoom call,
at 8:30. Like this was the night
You didn't
before
think about this.
Christmas.
You didn't
What about
think- there's
Christmas?
no way he thought about this.
Age 5, you get a. I will be at an appearance for your Christmas at age 5. But
Incorrect.
age 6, I will be at an appearance for your Christmas.
Incorrect.
I'll be in this continent for your Christmas.
Listen.
What about birthdays? What
Listen,
about soccer matches?
I'm gonna tell you again. You seem to be under the impression that just because the children are with different women, that they cannot themselves interact together. The idea would be that not just having one family, but these families would be blended. I could have all 3 of my children.
Gonna put them in a blender?
I
You
could
are a cannibal.
Listen, I could have all 3 of my children with me and say, one of their mother's families, right? And we could all be together, and it's not a big deal because they know, oh, that's their siblings. Of course, come on.
But-
For example, I have a friend who has a child with a man, right? And that man has other children with other women.
Was that man married to her? Was it a business transaction?
They had a romantic relationship that soured.
Okay.
But listen to this. She actually wants the other siblings to come over to her house from time to time. Number 1, because she thinks they're adorable. But number 2, so her son can play with his siblings. Yes, they may have been from a different woman, but she doesn't care about that. And that's how it should be. You understand what I'm saying?
So you're going to stay centrally located, and everyone has to fly to you.
No, they don't. That's what I'm just saying. I just said I could take my 3 children. We could go to, let's just say, child 1, and because
might as well. It's a transaction anyway.
I love you, child
they
2.
don't have a name right now.
I can't wait till we get to 11 because then that's like a Stranger Things callback.
Listen, there's not gonna be 11. This ain't Nick Cannon. There's 3 or less. So let's say child 1, and then I have the other children with me, and we all spend Christmas at child 1's mother's families.
I think child 1 and 2 should spend Christmas at child 3's mom's house, but not with child 3.
What about grandmas?
But wait a second. So
Grandparents?
if you're not marrying these women,
Right.
they're not their grandparents on their mother's side is not your in-laws.
Correct.
They're nobody to you.
Correct.
What is this going on?
Correct. I'm not an in-law, but we will still be family because I'll be the father of their grandchild.
So
You're not even going to be Uncle Tay to your business partner, woman's
first of all,
siblings, kids.
I'm not going to be Uncle Tay. Uncle is such a, I mean, what is uncle? I mean, you could call uncle to a family friend. Like, it's all bullshit. Like, oh, well, you're not officially Uncle Tay because not by marriage. Who gives a fuck? That doesn't matter. I'm sure you have an uncle or a family member who's not a real family member, but they're just around. They're in your life. That's what family really is. It's the people that are there. It's not about, oh, this person's married to this person, so they're technically my family. Fuck that. That's not what family is. That's not what family is at all. Family is the people that are there, the love, you know what I'm saying, that is shared between a group of people, a community. It has nothing to do with who's married to who. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
All right.
I'm glad you were able to tell us what family is. That's nice.
I mean, okay.
I
I made one comment and I got, podcast gold here, but let me say this.
Yeah.
Because the original question was polygamy, referring to being married to multiple people at once.
Right.
I take it you probably don't even believe in marriage at all.
I really am starting to not really buy into it, to be honest with you.
But if polygamy was allowed and you could marry multiple people, which is more akin to what it sounds like you would like to do, have multiple romantic partners, would you be more into it if marriage was not a one person for the rest of your life thing, and if it was more of a, let's call it a commitment to the relationship?
Commitment to one's needs, right? Because a relationship needs three things. It needs commitment to one's needs, it needs companionship, and it needs some form of a spark, right? Some kind of romance. That's what, in my opinion, the three things that it needs. So
thanks, Daddy.
you're welcome. So yeah, could you be committed to someone's needs and give them companionship? Could you do that with multiple women? Sure. But to answer your question, no, I don't really see the whole fucking sex appeal, or the appeal, not sex appeal, but appeal of polygamy. Like, I don't want to be married to one woman, much less multiple women.
Well,
what the
polygamy meaning marriage, but if polygamy is just multiple relationships, you're okay with that. That's what you want to do, it sounds
multiple relationships?
yeah, without the marriage component.
I mean, maybe, because relationships in general, I mean, that could be a very loose thing, right? You can have a relationship with somebody that is just like a fun, this is just a fun thing. Like, we just do this, but there's no real commitment.
Now, wait a second. Now, let's go back to the child. You said that is a business relationship.
Yeah.
What if I told you, and your tax accountant told you, and your auditors told you that getting married would be a good financial business decision because then you will save tax money?
Well, guess what? I think marriage is actually a terrible financial decision that you can make.
For taxes, it's better to file single.
I don't give a fuck about the taxes. You're putting yourself at risk anytime you enter. You have to take a piss? Are you serious right now?
In the middle of the podcast?
Jesus Christ, you couldn't hold it?
Drank too much water.
All right, so to answer your question though, Noah, I think that it's a terrible financial decision to enter into a marriage because now you open yourself up. Even if you sign a prenup, I don't give a fuck, right? There's been people that have signed prenups and it still goes left. And then even when you have to tell the woman, I'd like you to sign a prenup. Oh, it's a big whole fucking thing. Trust me, fucking... No, we're not doing any of that shit. My shit is my shit, okay? And your shit is your shit. We don't need to mix that.
Okay, so that doesn't sound like Tay will have any weddings anytime soon.
And I'm going to tell you right now, if you talk to me even 2 years ago, but 5 years ago, complete opposite. I'm like, oh, I'm a big puppy dog. I want to get married. I wanted to get married then, honestly. I was like, love is the most beautiful thing in the world and blah, blah, blah. But I've been around the fucking bush. I've seen a lot of shit. And I've changed my viewpoints. And I'm in a position to where I'm able to choose these things. And it's not like it's out of the realm of possibility for me. Now, these things are possible. And maybe that's why I've come to the conclusion that I've come to. Because now I see that, hey, there's more on the table for me than I once thought.
I mean, there is an independence when it comes to financial independence. Right. There is an extreme independence in... your ability to support this idea that, most people couldn't even do. So it's outside of the realm of society telling you, this is not the way you do it and all that. You're in charted territory, like if, where you can afford to do that But I still think that if everybody had the means, or if more people had the means, they would not be doing that. That's very out there. You realize you are very out there in this idea.
Oh, no,
right?
absolutely. I feel like I'm a trailblazer, and I'm going to blaze this trail, and I will show you how it works.
Taylor, let me ask you a question.
Yeah.
Okay, because as much as I want to talk about you fucking other women, I don't.
Yeah, I would like to move on if we can.
I would like to move on too.
Okay, can we do that?
I just want one question.
Okay, one
answered from
question.
you.
Go ahead.
Why don't I feel anything after this relationship? Because that's the scariest thing to me.
Why don't you?
Why
because
don't I?
you were not meant to be with this person. You understand? And not even meant to be with them, but they were not somebody. I could tell, bro. I think you could feel that I felt this way, because I would like kind of be a little bit coy about it, but I think you felt that I felt that this person was not right for you, and I would make little comments, but ultimately, yeah, dude, if she's gone out of your life and you don't feel anything, then what value was she really adding? Because when I'm going to tell you from personal experience, and from personal experience,
sure,
if it's somebody that you really, really cared about and you lost them, then it leaves a mark. It hurts.
Yeah, like you feel it like right here. It physically hurts you.
For a while.
Right.
You understand?
Yeah.
You understand?
When you're in love with somebody, you know it. You want to spend. You can't stop thinking about them. You want to know everything about what's going on in their life. You care.
Right.
You want to. You make time. You make time that you wouldn't make for anybody else or anything else.
You sacrifice part of yourself, which
That's
is
right,
another
100%.
Which is again another thing that I
Doesn't
think
wanna do.
more people I think more people need to stop throwing themselves into that, and they need to focus on themselves more, and they need to be alone, and they need to spend that time and really feel what it's like to live life by yourself.
I like being.
I gotta
alone.
ask Tay another question. Do you want to sleep
Jesus.
alone? Do you always want to sleep for slumber, not sex?
Yeah.
Do you always want to sleep alone? Sex is sex and romantic and fun and.
Do I always?
Or do you because that is when you talk about
Yeah,
romance and when
yeah,
you talk about wanting
yeah.
to be with somebody and just cuddling, not having sex, but just
Well, now you're saying cuddling. Sleeping doesn't
Well,
necessarily
I'm
mean cuddling.
saying-
You
Taylor
could
doesn't
sleep.
cuddle.
You could
sleeping
sleep next
with
to
someone
somebody.
is it's you in a vulnerable
Yeah,
position
slightly,
and you're
yeah.
giving yourself that vulnerability, and it's not sex
Right,
related,
right.
but I'm saying are you like, I'm closed off, sex and romance are separate, at the end of the day I go home, it's my bed alone.
I mean, that is. I love sleeping alone. I love it. It's great. I fucking watch Netflix. I watch my movies, whatever. Do I sometimes on occasion sleep next to another human being in the course of my life, in the course of my travels and my time with women or whatever? Yeah, but it's not always super cuddly like that. It's sometimes we're just sleeping. You understand? So I don't really care either way.
You don't want a spoon?
I don't really need to spoon.
He's
I
not
have
a
a
spooner.
pillow that I spoon with.
Ricky's the little spoon.
All right. Anyways, we got to move on because that was a lot on that one topic.
And
I'm gonna have to.
I have to
Yeah,
get out
exactly.
Of here
I'm gonna have to adjust here. So let's go to the next question. If you don't know this podcast, it's a podcast where two dumb guys give dumb answers to life's greatest questions. So maybe that was question number 1. Let's go to question number 2. Okay, what's a jingle that gets stuck in your head?
I like the one that just came out recently from Burger King. Whopper, 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 Whopper. It really is in my head constantly.
Whopper. Hardly know her.
Yeah, okay.
All right,
Grow
you
up.
knew I was gonna do that. Thank
You're
you.
a fucking idiot.
Noah, you had been singing one earlier that's still in my fucking head.
Well, we came up with this topic because of O'Reilly Auto Parts. Ow!
Yeah, exactly.
Great.
You guys are idiots.
Yeah, there's a bunch, man. They all get stuck in your fucking head.
What's yours?
I don't even know, man. They're all stuck in my head.
How about the classic one? Ba-da-ba-ba-ba. That's been around for eons.
What? I'm loving
the
it. You know,
Maroonies
you know who came up with that?
Justin Timberlake.
Do you know who came up with "Ba da ba ba ba"? I'm loving it.
Me.
Pusha T.
Pusha T.
Yeah.
Pusha T was part of it, but actually it was a marketing. I have a podcast on this. I heard a podcast.
You
on
don't
this.
plug in your podcast. Fuck you.
Pusha T was involved in the rap, and so was Justin Timberlake. They put it out as a real song, and then it became a McDonald's promo. But it was originally for McDonald's, but they released it as a legitimate song to get people to notice.
Oh, I don't even know.
Yeah. There's a whole podcast on it. It's fascinating, but it's one of the best marketing
didn't know
jingles
that.
you've ever heard in your life.
What's that?
What about the Marooney one? The car dealership?
Well, Marooney doesn't exist. They haven't existed for about 15 years. It was they
But
got
you,
bought
you,
by
you,
AutoNation.
you know what it is. You know what
If
it
you
is.
need a car, truck, or a van, who you gonna call?
Rooney.
But you know what that's really from? Ask your parents.
Ghostbusters.
Ghostbusters.
Yeah, fuck off. He
Of
does this every
course.
fucking time. It's like, ask your parents. That's your parents. Like, motherfucker, I've been living for 30
What's that
years.
411 pain shit?
I don't know. that song.
1-800-411
411 pain? Yeah.
Yeah, but they do like different.
1-800-411 pain. Don't need no. Stay in
But
your
they
lane.
switch it up with the jingles, though.
Ba-ba-da bang.
Yeah, they switch it up a lot. Or go to the general and save some time.
But that's the one I was talking about.
Yeah.
Yeah.
800-528 Empire.
Today. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, there's so many, bro. Okay, but what about if we had to create a jingle for one of our sponsors?
You don't mean.
Yes, I do.
And that's why this podcast is brought to you once again
By Blue Chew.
Yeah.
All right.
So if you order now with the promo code Taylor's fucking asshole.
Tyler, you don't even know my fucking name anymore?
No, I was talking to a Tyler yesterday. Sorry.
You were talking to a Tyler? You're into that now? Okay. Shit. Wow. Speaking of Rick being single, no more girlfriend. Noah, I meant to say, could you
You're an idiot.
Could you stitch together a compilation of every time that Rick said he loved his girlfriend?
He moved. He changed the whole.
He
podcast
changed the whole
studio for
exactly.
that.
I want you.
I
to,
did not change it for her. What the fuck?
Can you stitch together a bunch
was trying to make
of
space.
instances and then cut to where we said, "So I'm single now," just like at the end of the reel? I think that'd be great.
So I'm gonna
I'm
kill
not even
myself
kidding.
now.
Yeah, I'm not even kidding. All right, so what if we had to make a Blue Chew jingle? How would it go?
We would use like some moaning in the background. It's like, do you want
Like,
more
how
of
would that-
this
how
in
would-
your life?
Thanks, Daddy.
Dun, dun, dun. Dun, dun, dun. Dun, dun, dun.
Oh, really?
Dun, 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 dun. You have trouble getting it up. Dun, dun, dun.
Not erect?
Dun, dun,
Thanks,
dun.
Daddy.
Love you, Rick.
You know, yeah. Is your relationship rocky? Dun, 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 dun. Dun, dun,
Is your
dun.
life flaccid?
Dun, dun, dun. Yeah.
Well, then pop one of these. What's that?
Chew the blue. Blue chew.
Chew the blue.
Yeah.
Oh, that's it. Chew the blue.
Some shit like that. There we go. We just created that shit.
Yeah.
Fucking Blue Chew. When are you gonna stop fucking around? We made a whole compilation. By the way, that now has 15,000 views on TikTok.
That's
I
disgusting.
really like Chew the blue.
Chew the blue. Blue Chew. Yeah, hell yeah,
Taste
dude.
the rainbow.
Exactly.
No, we don't have to do that every fucking time.
Feel the chew or some shit like that. Feel the chew. Blue Chew. Yeah, you feel it. Yeah.
Yeah, because you're erect.
You don't feel
Exactly.
the chew. You feel the.
You feel the blue.
Never mind what you feel.
You'll feel the blue. You'll feel blue balls with the Blue Chew.
No,
All
I'll
right.
spat that all over the fucking mixer.
Don't be spilling water on the mixer. Okay. All right. You know what time it is, Rick. You know what time it is.
It's time to leave.
No, it's not quite. Noah, what time is it?
Sorry, that was my thing here.
Oh,
Why is there such an intro?
Why is this so
guys-
my God.
Lightning.
Lightning.
Holy
shit. You don't like this?
Lightning.
What the fuck?
Lightning.
Oh, God.
Lightning.
Harder.
Lightning.
Please, Dad.
Lightning.
It's a lightning round, Rick.
Yeah,
All right.
I
And a
could've told you
lightning
that.
round, if you're not familiar, is where we attempt to answer rapid fire questions, but we fail. All right. So here we go, Rick. First question. What parent are you closest to and why?
My mom. And why? Because she talks to me more.
Okay. Rick's Italian father is like, I don't want to talk to you. Get the fuck away from me. My mother is the answer for me as well, because my dad hasn't spoken to me in like 10 years. All right. Noah, do you want to chime in on these?
My
or
mom, because my dad's dead. Sorry.
Okay. Well, damn. All right.
I'm sorry. I'm so
We all have daddy issues.
Thanks for laughing.
We all have daddy issues.
Thanks, Daddy.
All right. Thank you. All right. Next question. Do
God.
you shower at night or in the morning?
Both.
You're fucking rich, all right? Spoiled, privileged. Anybody who showers twice never had to grow up with somebody saying, "Don't waste the water." I used to shower twice. I got fucking yelled at for it. Then I had to pick one. I think if you go to bed dirty, you're disgusting. So I shower before I go to bed.
Sometimes I go to bed like dirty, like without
Yeah,
showering. the whole day.
I bet you do, you fucking dirty ass. Noah?
You got yelled at for taking too many showers. I got yelled
Yes.
at for never taking a shower.
Oh, you're disgusting.
And you're referring to taking a shower before you go to sleep and then waking up and taking another shower? I would never do that.
I think that's what he's saying he does.
You
Okay.
do not do that, do you? You take a shower before you go to sleep and then you go to sleep, wake up, and then take another shower? I would
right.
never do that.
Yeah,
It's either one or the other.
He probably has to take a shower in the morning to fucking wake up because he doesn't know how to wake up.
I mean,
Well, wouldn't you if you stayed in my own room where it's all like moist and
oh yeah, his room is fucking a hot box.
right?
All right.
you get sweaty from the night. Maybe.
Noah, what's your answer?
Exactly.
This is the lightning round, and we need to make it extra lightning.
I mean, I disagree. I like the showering in the morning thing for a couple reasons. A, it wakes you up if you have to wake up early in the morning.
You're gross as fuck.
But here's
His
the
bed
thing.
is a cesspool.
Well, wait a second though. You're
all my sperm.
implying that you go into you go to sleep and you're clean in your sleep and and you go to a clean bed. And
Yeah, and I
all
keep
that
the
stuff?
AC at 74. It's pretty fucking cold in my house.
I don't have that
Right.
luxury, unfortunately.
All right, next question.
So you wake up and you never take a shower. Do you brush your teeth and do you
yeah, of
wash your
course.
face?
Yes, yes,
You splash
yes.
water
I
on your
picked
face?
up a face washing routine finally.
There you
after
go.
all these years. I'm
All
very
right,
happy with that.
next question. Do you think the Earth is flat?
No.
No.
I'm surprised you didn't go. I mean, with marrying 3 different women and having children with 7 different people.
It's really not that fucking crazy.
the
of an
Earth is
idea.
round. It's been proven.
Okay. What do you eat in a day? Not very much.
Typically food.
Yeah, and some other things sometimes, right?
Whatever Noah has.
You're a
for me.
fucking garbage disposal. You'll eat anything.
Oh yeah, I'll eat shit if you tell me to.
I typically eat some yogurt and with granola in it, or maybe a smoothie, and then I eat dinner with some kind of protein, typically some rice or some shit like that. Noah?
I eat breakfast.
Everything.
I eat breakfast.
End of story.
I eat
All right.
breakfast. No, stop. I eat breakfast the most consistently. In other words, I don't. I
The
don't
most
do,
important meal
do-
of the
I don't
day.
do
Serve
3.
it up.
I
Gary's
very
right.
rarely do 3 meals. It's usually a breakfast. It's like a breakfast and then a dinner.
Yeah.
Depending on what are you doing, Ricky?
just want to. Oh, that's actual tequila.
Yeah, it's real alcohol,
That's-
dude.
We're at a bar.
It's
Where
not
do
a
you-
fucking
what do
fake
you-
bar,
What do you
dude.
think we're at? Like a
All right,
sound
let's-
stage or something?
Let's answer the question.
I eat breakfast most consistently.
Oh, we know.
Dinner would be probably the second, and then lunch.
Oh, yeah.
And then it's some.
Why do you have to add the little ad libs? Don't be nice. He's like, oh yeah.
Not anymore. Not anymore, though,
my
because you
God.
got to lose 100 pounds. All right, next question. Favorite Pixar
Okay.
movie? Favorite Pixar movie?
Finding Nemo.
Oh, is that Pixar? Is it?
Finding Nemo.
Oh, what the fuck? Oh, I don't know. I don't even know.
Cars. You could say Cars.
No, not Life is a Pixar. I can't think of any Pixar movies
Or
right
are those
now.
Disney movies?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Which
It
ones
was
are which?
Pixar. It was Pixar, and then Disney bought them.
Right. Okay. So at the time it was Pixar. So Finding Nemo.
Finding Nemo, is that one of them?
Yes.
I don't know if it is.
I don't know if it is. Hi, I'm Taylor. Anyways, so.
He's probably.
Oh,
he's probably-
it is. Oh, you know, I really liked Soul, where The Incredibles is also good.
Incredibles was alright.
Soul was really good, though. Soul was good. Inside Out, that's another good one. Monsters, Inc. is always great.
Monsters Inc. is.
The Incredibles is really good.
I like Monsters Inc. more than The Incredibles.
You think so?
Yeah, but don't ask me to watch Monsters U or anything like that.
Oh, put that thing back where it came from. So help me. So help me.
All right, that's great. But Monsters U is a total dumpster fire.
Yeah, no, Monsters U suck.
Yeah.
But Mussolini U, that's a different story. Nona. All right. Anyways,
Stop it.
all right. Noah, favorite Pixar movie, and let's keep it going here.
I think it's. I think they did a short story with the lamp that becomes the Pixar animation, and I think I
What
like
the
that
fuck?
way old school. I think
The
that's
short story?
Yeah, I think no, it was like a short film that they did with that lamp that became the Pixar logo, and I think I like that.
Bring me the lamp. All right, that's Aladdin. All right, thoughts on acid and psychedelics? I do not do any drugs, so
I can't.
And you came up with that
Never
whole that whole children and
I did all completely sober.
I'm already a very paranoid person, so you don't want me on acid or any
Yeah.
sort of drugs.
Noah,
I've been on Ritalin for many years, not anymore. And
that's not an acid or psychedelic.
I'm just saying, I take a lot of I took a lot of pharmaceuticals all my life, so no.
Okay.
Drugs. No drugs. Drug-free.
Marvel, overrated or underrated?
Overrated.
You think it's overrated?
I think it's overrated.
I think it's properly rated.
I think it's overrated.
Properly. I've never heard anyone say that. Properly rated.
I
it's
think it's
overrated.
properly rated.
No.
Like it's
No, I think
pretty
you're wrong.
damn good. It's some good movies, but
I
it's not
think-
like the.
no,
I don't
hold
think
on.
anybody's out here saying that Marvel movies are
bitch.
the greatest movies.
Hold on. Okay. You're saying properly rated?
Yeah. How is it overrated?
She-Hulk.
I'm not talking about the shows, bro. I'm talking about.
No, hold on. When you talk about Marvel all together, okay, you include everything that comes with it, okay?
All right,
Don't
well-
fucking be like, oh, now we're excluding comic books and movies.
I'm talking about the movies, dude. I'm talking about the movies.
Okay, then The movies are
Yeah, let's talk about the
perfectly-
movies.
Okay, fine. The movies are properly rated.
Properly rated. That's, okay,
But
I agree.
If you include everything else, then I
Yeah.
would say it's overrated.
Sorry, I meant this one.
Thanks, Daddy.
All right.
That's
mean
like the
that
fifth
one.
fucking time.
Noah, properly rated, overrated, underrated.
The wrong one.
Hurry up.
I don't watch those movies. I don't like any comic book movies. I watched. Actually, I shouldn't say that. I watched Batman, the recent one, but it was so
That's
long.
That's not Marvel.
Speaking
Oh,
of
is that not Marvel? That's DC.
Yeah.
What's Marvel? Superman.
No.
no, that's
the
a DC as well.
So what's Marvel? Spider-Man.
Yeah.
Spider-Man.
I like the one with like Kristen Dunst and Tobey
that.
Maguire.
That wasn't technically Marvel. That was Sony Pictures.
But it is a Marvel.
They had Marvel.
It's a Marvel.
It's a Marvel
comic.
authorized it.
No.
You're saying the modern day Marvel Moody studio that they came out
The
with.
new Marvel is with Spider-Man No Way Home and all that. Now it's Marvel.
I don't watch. You watch all this every time a superhero movie comes out. You go to the movies and watch it.
I didn't for a long time, and then I think one of my brothers was like, "You should watch them, dude. They're pretty good." And then I got into it. Now I watch them all. Yeah.
All right.
So when it comes out, you go to the movie.
No. I mean, unless like Spider-Man, I did, and because you want to watch some of them in the theater. You could probably want to watch all of them in the theater, but
Maybe at one of your homes with one of your children, you'll have a home theater. Child number 2 gets the home theater.
each child will have a home theater. All right.
Will you be getting PS12s for them?
Yeah, everybody gets their own PS12. So yeah, also the Oscars are coming up, by the way. Speaking of movies, I'm a big Oscars fan. We didn't have time to talk about it because of you guys wanted to know all about my baby making scheme. But
That's the scheme. You made it. Let's go.
wow, really peaking there. I'm quoting you guys. It's not a scheme, all right? So
That's exactly what somebody would say if they had a scheme on their hands. Is it's not a scheme.
it's all right. Listen,
Not clickbait.
Listen, I'm gonna be extremely peaceful and happy in my life.
It's a fucking scheme.
It's
you
not a
dirtbag.
scheme. It's not a scheme. How is it a scheme?
Guy with 3 children with 3 different women. It's
It's
gonna
a
be
scheme.
peaceful.
How does
It's
that?
a
Hold on.
scheme.
Is
Taylor, woman, children. Okay,
Talking to Mike.
scheme.
hold on. Let
Fuck.
me let me ask you this: a scheme enriches your life. How does that enrich my life?
What?
How does that enrich my life?
I don't know, Bernie Madoff. How does it?
Yeah. All right. He doesn't even know who Bernie Madoff is. Let's be honest.
Ask your parents.
Yeah.
Fuck them, both of you.
All right, so the Oscars is coming up. I watched the documentary. It was pretty good. The Oscars is coming up. Swamp Buggy Race. We have another Swamp Buggy Race coming up as well. Sidebar. Anyway, we got to keep going with the lightning
Side-eye.
round. Lightning round. Leonardo DiCaprio, overrated or underrated?
Underrated.
No.
What?
No.
Underrated.
No, not
I think he's
underrated.
underrated.
Incorrect.
I think he's underrated.
He's properly rated.
When's the last time you won an Oscar? again?
Potentially overrated. He won an Oscar for The Revenant.
He won 1 Oscar, and that's
and
the
that's
one.
the only one that he deserved, for the record.
He deserved. I know he's underrated. Definitely underrated.
The only one that he deserved. If you
Underrated.
look at everybody he
Underrated.
went up
Underrated.
against in
Underrated.
all those
Underrated.
years, he deserved to lose to that
You're-
competition.
you're
I
high.
watched all the
You're
movies.
fucking-
No,
I
I'm
watched
not.
all your movies. I'm Taylor
No, I'm not.
Redmond.
All right.
He
what would
lost to
be-
Matthew McConaughey the year of Wolf of Wall Street. And if you watched Matthew McConaughey in Dallas Buyers Club, an incredible performance. So Leonardo DiCaprio is properly rated.
Underrated.
No, he's not underrated.
Underrated.
No,
That
he-
was
he
best
might be
supporting
a little
role?
bit overrated.
McConaughey was best supporting role.
No, best actor. Best actor. There's always nominated for-
McConaughey didn't have a big role in Wolf of Wall Street. And
No,
he got best
no.
actor?
He won Best Actor for his lead role in Dallas Buyers Club.
Ah, not Wolf of Wall
An
Street.
incredible performance. In fact, the year that Leo won for Best Actor for The Revenant, he wasn't even the best actor in that movie. And Tom Hardy was.
They owed
And
him
Tom
one.
Hardy was nominated for Best Supporting Actor and lost to Mark Rylance for Bridge of Spies. A fucking shame.
You know what I love is when you try to make a point, you give like a Robert De Niro fucking face.
You fucking
Yeah, you do that.
Yeah.
What was his best role then? What was Leonardo DiCaprio's best role that he should have won an Oscar if he didn't have the same competition, aside from The Reverend?
The Revenant. He did win for The Revenant. And again,
Right. Aside from that, though, if you had to
he
pick,
deserved it that year.
pick one other role that Leo did, that you
Probably
Wolf of Wall.
Probably Wolf of Wall
Yeah.
Street. But again, Matthew McConaughey, and not even that, but Matthew McConaughey gave the best Oscar speech of all time on top of it. So, I mean, sorry, Leo. I mean, I don't know if you know that speech, but I fucking
don't know
quote
the
it all the
speech.
time.
I don't know this.
It's probably up there with a big pot of gumbo, and a cold can of Miller Lite just dancing. Trust me, it's a fucking amazing speech. Watch it.
Right now.
All right, next question. Top 3 cereals.
Oh fuck. Cocoa Puffs, Rice Krispies, and Crave.
Rice
Thanks,
Krispies.
Daddy.
Not Rice Krispies. Rice Krispie Pebbles.
Cocoa. Oh, you're saying oh, you're talking
Fruit
about
Pebbles?
the Fruity Pebbles.
Yeah,
That's
but
what
like
you're talking
the.
about. The Fruity Pebbles.
Right. Okay. Yeah.
Fruity
Those. And then
Pebbles.
Crave at the end.
Crave. All right, that's weird.
Why is that weird?
I would say my top 3 are Cocoa Dino Bites. I didn't get the opportunity growing up to eat Cocoa Pebbles.
Well,
right?
I'm so sorry.
I was broke. I ate cereal out of a bag. Okay, we didn't have Rice Krispies. We had crisped rice. Okay, we didn't have fucking Lucky Charms. We had Marshmallow Mateys. All right, same shit though. Still pretty good. Cocoa Dino Bites, if you know what I'm talking about. Fire. What else do I like? Oh God, there's not really a lot of cereals that I particularly care for. Oh, Reese's Puffs.
I don't like peanut butter all that much.
Nah, that shit goes hard.
I'm not a peanut butter guy.
And then, fuck, I don't even know. I don't know, man. I want to say Apple Jacks for some reason. I feel like I barely ate that, but like every time I did, it was good. Or
I think you're basic enough that you're a Cheerios kind of guy.
no, but when I had Cheerios, I would fucking pour a bunch of sugar in it, but then the sugar would just kind of go to the bottom, and then I would just eat the fucking Cheerios regularly, and then just at the end, just scoop all the sugar milk and just fucking eat that.
That sounds like something I would do. I can't even call it fucked up. Noah, what do you like?
Same thing in Lucky Charms. I would eat all the fucking oats and then just eat all the marshmallows at the end.
Honey Nut Cheerios,
Fucking what?
Lucky Charms,
Lucky Charms.
and I
man.
think I might go with Cocoa Krispies.
Cocoa.
Crispy.
You know
You
why?
mean Cocoa Pebbles?
What about
No,
Cookie
no,
Crisps?
Cocoa Krispies.
Oh yeah. Oh,
Rice Krispies,
and-
but chocolate version.
Those are good.
And because afterwards you drink it, it's chocolate milk.
Yeah, you're
I mean,
right.
same shit with
And
Cocoa
Puffs.
Pebbles.
Yeah.
I
and
know, but
Puffs.
Cocoa Krispies, they snap, crackle, pop.
All right. Honeycomb was good.
There's
too.
another song for you. Snap, crackle, pop. Rice Krispies. That's I have to ask your parents.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I
definitely
definitely had
said
to.
that.
Yeah, of course.
All right.
Fuck you
Anyways,
guys.
that's the end of the lightning round. Okay. Thank God we made it through. No, you don't hit it again, Noah.
No, you don't have to hit
You
it
don't
again.
hit it
you
again.
fucking idiot.
Oh my God! Lightning! Lightning!
Oh, fucking God.
Lightning!
Asshole, what the
Lightning!
fuck?
Lightning!
Oh, no.
Please.
No.
Jesus Christ. All right, let's get through this. Last question. Last question of the
Yes, sir.
podcast.
Yes, sir.
What is your craziest drunk story? And also, as a side note, add on to this, who's the first person you would call if you were in trouble?
My craziest drunk story?
Yeah.
God.
If you need time to think about it, I got one.
Okay, if you got one, then go for it.
Okay,
because I don't
my
know.
craziest drunk story was this. I got fired by Enterprise Rent-A-Car for a video that I made while on the job saying shit Enterprise employees say, okay? And it reached nationals, and they fired me. The day that they fired me, they asked me to come into the corporate office. I went there. I didn't have a car at the time. I actually was... Usually, I was renting a car from Enterprise to go work at Enterprise. So I
Did they
Ubered...
give you an employee discount?
Yeah, I got the employee discount at least. So I Ubered to the corporate office, and they fired me. They cried. I cried. Everybody was sad about it because it was a shame, and it was just me being stupid me. I shot myself in the foot, but they didn't want me to leave, and I was about to get promoted. It's very sad. In any case, one of the girls I used to work with, she heard about this, and she said, Taylor, my girlfriends are in town from New York. You should come out with us. We just come over right now. I said, listen, I can't do that. I don't have any money. I don't even have a car to get to you. She said, nonsense. I'll pay for everything. I'll Uber you to my house. Just come on. So she Ubers me to her house in Brickell. I get to Brickell. Her and her girlfriends are there, and they're like, oh, are you ready to go? They're feeding me drinks right away. They're like, here, we're gonna make you a drink. They give me drinks. I'm drinking, and then I'm kind of like, I don't know if I can keep drinking. I haven't eaten today. They're like, oh my God, you haven't eaten? So these women whipped me up some pasta and chicken.
That's nice.
Yeah, vodka sauce. Really classy shit. And so I start to get very drunk though. Okay, and I'm drunk because I was dancing. And I don't fucking dance. But I started dancing with these women individually in the house. Like when one of them would leave the room and then
So
I'd
now
take
it's
the other
individual.
one. Now I'm dancing with these women. Yeah. I'm low-key singing Michael Bublé to them. Like, you know what I mean? And it's just me. I'm the only guy. So, I'm kind of, schmoozing or whatever, trying to use my charm or whatever. And eventually it's me and these 4 girls, and we go out to Wynwood. And all the girls were kind of flirting with me at this point, right? But I had kind of picked which one I really liked, right? So I was kind of, trying to make my move. Now, I got more drunk because we went to the bar in Wynwood. I'm lit, and I'd start dancing in Wynwood to Spanish music. That's how you know it's fucking over. So me and the one girl that I kind of took a liking to, we decide, let's sneak out of here, right? So we snuck
outta here, you.
We snuck out of the bar, left the other girls there. I think I might have kissed her in public. Again, that's how you know I'm fucked up. I don't kiss women on the mouth in public.
Doesn't kiss women, period.
Yeah, pretty much. So in any case, I do that, and then we get into an Uber. I somehow flag an Uber. I get one on my phone, and we're in the Uber. So now we're in the Uber, and I don't know at what point this occurs, but I throw up in my shirt a little bit.
No.
Just a little hit. So now I've thrown up in my shirt. I'm in the Uber with this girl. She's very intoxicated. I'm very intoxicated, and we're off on our way. The next thing I remember slightly is the Uber's parked. We're in some dark place. The car door opens, and I kind of just like roll out onto the ground, okay? So now I'm on the ground. I'm kind of like just kind of crawling on the floor. Now I'm in the grass. I'm in this like field of grass, and I lay down. And then I look over, and the car's there, but I don't see the girl. Now, I was expecting to be at my friend's house, right, in Brickell. And, it was going to go down, as at least I was hoping. Well, I don't see the building. The girl's not getting out of the car. Then all of a sudden the car pulls off. So I'm like, wait, where'd she go? Why'd the car leave? What the fuck is going on? I'm so intoxicated. So in any case, the girl that had invited me over originally, she had my stuff on her. Like, she had my keys. She had my things for whatever reason. I don't know why. And she called one of my friends, Tenacia, and was like, I can't find Taylor. He's gone. I lost him. I have his stuff. I don't know where he is. The only thing I had was my phone, right? So Tenacia calls me, and I'm laying in this grass field, and apparently she said I kept answering the phone, and then I kept hanging up. So I'd be like, hello, help me. I don't know what I'm doing. And click. And then she'd call me again. She'd be like, Taylor. I'd be like, I don't know. Please come find me. Click. I just kept hanging up over and over.
So dramatic.
So somehow, right, she eventually figures out where I am. And when she figured it out, she couldn't believe it. She was so sad because where I was outside of Enterprise corporate office. So, first of all, thank God that Tenacia came and got me, because I swear to God I would have spent the night there, and then the next morning, which was a weekday, they would have found me laying outside. So she finds me, and she was like, oh my God, you poor thing. I can't believe your subconscious took you here. This is so upsetting. Now, I had a very bad hangover. Like, literally the next morning I was shaking, like, at the toilet, like, oh my God. It was probably one of the most drunk I've ever been, and I totally blacked out. She took me to her house and took care of me. Great friend to have. But I thought about it, and I was like, wait a minute, hold on. She's talking about my subconscious took me here. What really occurred was it was the last place that I Ubered, and I was drunk, and I just clicked. I'm thinking the last place I Ubered.
Yep, that would be.
Because the girl paid for the Uber to get to Brickell, not me. So I just clicked the last place I Ubered, because when I left that day, when I got fired, I walked all the way home, because at that point I'm like, I'm broke. So I didn't Uber home. I just fucking walked. So the last place I Ubered was Enterprise, and I ended up there. So yeah, person that I would call if I had to call anybody. That's a tough one, dude. I might call you. You tend to answer a lot. So, there's other people that I would maybe want to call, but I don't know if they would answer. So I know Rick would answer, and he would be helpful, because he's a saint of a human being. So, Rick, what about you?
I've already told my drunk story before. It was like episode 2. It was my first college party.
It was a fucking long time ago.
It was. But it was...
I don't remember this. Were you playing piano?
Yeah, that was the piano one.
I vaguely remember. You want to recap that?
I was first night by myself, college, and we had this thing called a lacrosse house. Like, if you had a fraternity, you'd have a frat house.
Yeah.
So we had a lacrosse house, and we'd all...
Gabe.
Okay. we all went over there, and there weren't any women there. So
Gay.
I
Just prove my point.
right. So I was
Wait till the baseball players hear about this one.
I was creating a fuss. I was like, hey, are there no girls coming? And one guy's like, oh, don't worry, the girls are coming. So 30 minutes later, you have a whole bus of these girls coming through. It's less gay
what
now.
The fuck? A whole bus full.
A whole bus full. It was an actual like school bus, like boop boop. Da, da, da,
Was
da,
it a
da, da,
school
da,
bus
da.
of girls?
Yeah, were they
I
children?
shit you not.
Were they of age?
There was like elementary school on the bus itself.
Jesus.
And then nothing. Everybody just got shit faced and wasted. I was relatively drunk too. And then the landlord of that place came in and was like, "What's going on here?" The police came as well. Police took everybody's IDs.
Right.
Long story short, to pass the time, I was just playing "Don't Stop Believin'" on the piano.
The whole time while the police are just taking statements.
Yeah.
You're just. Dun, 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 dun,
And
dun.
so it just
And nobody was like, "Hey, shut the fuck up."
no. If anything, the police officer was just sitting right next to me.
The police officer's like, "Just a small town girl."
He
Like,
he put on his fucking aviators and everything.
he's like, "Hell yeah, dude. Let's turn this
This
into
guy
an
fucks.
let's turn it into an '80s music video real quick."
It's not necessarily
Wow.
crazy, but it was a fun time.
Why did you play "Don't Stop Believin'"? Did you want them to believe that they were gonna get out of this?
No, it's the song I learned recently at the time.
Oh, it's the recent tune that you learned.
Yeah. It was like
There was no deeper message behind it.
no. It was
No.
either that or Adele.
So your crazy drunk story is that you played piano while the cops were
I mean,
there.
do you want me to tell you that my boss fell on my foot and hurt me?
Yeah, why don't you talk about when he fell on your fucking ankle in
Well,
Wynwood?
You were there too, asshole.
Yeah, but you know what? You weren't even really as drunk as he was. This was at Art Basel, and this guy's touching the art. He'd fucking dropped the glass bottle. Or no, was that Solar?
Somebody broke a Michael Coons art.
Well, you can't say
whoa,
cool.
whoa,
Whoa.
Is it Michael Kors?
Chill out with all that.
God, no.
How do you pronounce it?
We're
We gotta turn off the- we
close.
have to turn off the video. We got to get everything off.
We're close to Miami. All right. Anyways.
No, what is that famous artist? Anyway, somebody broke something
Oh,
at
did
one
you
of
just
the
say anyways too? Wow, we both did.
one of
So?
somebody broke one of the.
Just kidding.
Well, somebody broke one of those balloon animal porcelain.
Wasn't that you?
No. Yesterday, $42 million piece. I think.
$42 million.
Well, that's what they were selling it for.
According to who? Stupid. All right. Anyways. Just kidding. We end every. Thank you.
God damn it.
We end every episode with a song you've probably never heard of before, but probably should. And yes, this is my song. It's called I Think I'm in Love by Tay featuring Zaya. Take it away.
I